Hey guys, and welcome back to Just and Sophie, the channel where I still don't know what I'm doing. And I sound a little rough today. That is because I haven't long woken up, but because the postman came, and it is like 9:15 in the morning on the 15th of June. I think it's the 15th. I don't know where I am. I don't know what time it is. What year is it again? It's very much one of those mornings. My back was spasming last night, so I'm in quite a bit of pain this morning. I have taken my medication, but it's a bit hit and miss at the moment. But I got something in the post that I've been waiting for very excitedly, and I just needed to do the filming now. This is all natural lighting. I don't have my natural light on at the moment. I don't know if it's any good or any better than normal, but I figured I would give it a go since it is morning and it's quite bright outside. The sun is out. It doesn't look grey and miserable right now. Fingers crossed, because I need to go to the shop at some point, so let's hope that stays. But yes, I have a good friend, Lydia, who I actually went to school with. She was friends with my sister to start with, and then we became friends, and we keep in touch online, even though I suck at keeping in touch with people and we can go months without speaking. But she's one of those people that you can then go and talk to or be there for if you know, and have them be there for you. Really, really lovely girl, woman even. We're not at school anymore, guys. And she's known as Diary of Lydia on YouTube, and she's extremely popular here on YouTube. She speaks about her mental health. She's very open, she's very honest, and I think with mental health that is something that you need to be, especially if that's the aim of your channel. You need to be honest, because it is rough. I mean, even just base anxiety is horrible to experience, and without that honesty it is so difficult to be able to relate to people. Some people play it down, maybe to make it seem like they're not struggling as much. Maybe it's because they're ashamed. Whereas I find Lydia is extremely open, and you know, she has had to put up with some awful people and some horrible things being said about her, and she's still here, she's still doing the same thing, and I think that is incredible. And having known her in real life as well, she's incredible, and I'm very happy to have been able to support her doing this. So the first thing was something that I bought from her Etsy shop, and it was a t-shirt that I really liked. I haven't opened anything, I've just taken it out of the packaging because my address was on it in rather large writing, and I'm not risking that getting out there. But it didn't just come on its own, it came with some leaflets from Mind, one on sleep, the other on panic attacks. It has the Mind web address on these specific issues, and it has their info line or their text line, which is again something extremely useful to have these sorts of leaflets, especially when she knows me well enough to know that these are the things that I do struggle with quite often. Sleep being one of them. As you can hear, my voice is a little lower, it's a bit rougher. Probably not as calming, sorry Melissa, because I've just woken up and I've taken my meds, so I'm feeling like I don't like taking tablets, even though I've been on them now for about 2 years, and I'm on, I think it's 28 single tablets a day, so there's 4 different medications with like 28 a day, something like that, plus a vitamin C and zinc supplement because I don't get enough of that. And I hate swallowing tablets still, so I'm always a bit like this for the first few hours of the day, and everything I've filmed up until today has been either in the afternoon or in the evening. So yes, back to the t-shirt. It also came with a ton of stickers, which I have a feeling I may have bought these as well, but my brain completely died on that, and I'm absolutely certain I did order the mental health ones. So it is a selection of various stickers. This collection, both of these seem to be quite mental health based. Never grow up, just breathe, Mental health matters. So those and these are all very mental health based, which is fantastic. I feel like, no, they're all yeah, I may have bought all of these. How many did I buy 4, or am I imagining everything? I'm so sorry. I can't remember. And then this is a Visco Girl sticker, which I'm not, in fact, a Visco Girl, even though I am wearing a sparkly lip gloss. And then this one has some magic, believe in magic, mental health, very much a lot of the same, but they're all fantastic. I love them very, very much. Whether I bought them or not, I may have bought them. I remember vaguely stickers. So I think I can safely assume that I did buy that. So the t-shirt is wrapped in tissue paper, sticker, Visco Girl sticker. It's not quite my style, Visco Girl, but I appreciate it. It's a look, it is a strong look. Girl, do what you want to do. It doesn't matter what I think or anyone else thinks. So here is the t-shirt. So it says, my medication can't control your stupidity. And now I feel very strongly about this, because stupidity is a big problem. And my medication is only for pain, but physical pain, not when I have to deal with stupidity and ignorance. So I'm going to wear this very proudly. I thought it wasn't going to fit me because I get very worried about sizing, but this is an XL and I think it might be too big, which is better because I like a baggy top. I can't lie, it's comfy, kind of hides my gut, had my muffin top, so I'm not complaining. So I'm very happy that I have this. I'm probably going to change into this and wear this to the shop because I get a lot of hassle when I go out. So I love this. I think this is fantastic. I love it. It's also a heather grey, I think. It's got the lovely like marl thing going on. And I just love it. I think it's fantastic. I will be wearing this, going to the shop, and so I will enjoy that. It's also quite soft. It feels quite thick, but I feel at the same time it's probably not going to be overheating. So the next thing was actually something she sent me for free because it wasn't technically out when we were talking about this. And she's written me a little note, and I love her handwriting so much because mine is a mess. And it says, to Sophie, hope you enjoy the free self-care box for YouTube. Speak soon, Lydia. And it's got a really cute little cactus card, actually. Let me show. Look at that. That's adorable. So this is something that she's offering as a subscription thing, and it is a self-care, mental health care box. Now the box itself is gorgeous. This fits the entire theme of my channel. It is space. It is a really nice little box with a gold edge, or a gold edge on the lid. So I don't know which way this should go, but I'm gonna open it and try not to drop everything. Oh goodness, this is packed. So as you can see, there is a lot in here. So let's get unpacking. So to begin with, I thought these were are they stickers? Oh, it's a giant sticker, I think. No, it isn't. It's just a really nice quote. It says, it's okay if your meds help your mental health, if therapy helps your mental health, if exercise, journaling, mindfulness and herbal remedies help your mental health. Which is a lovely sentiment, because for some people all of these things, or one of these things at least, do help with your mental health. And for me, it's something like reading, writing. I quite enjoy doing YouTube videos. It gives me something to distract with, and it's a lot of fun. So let's dig. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's quite a lot in here, and I'm shooketh. There's 2 little tea light candles. It's some kind of berry, I think. They smell really good. I think it's a berry. I mean, scented candles, guys. Who doesn't like them? And I love tea light candles as well because they're just small and cute. And I like small and cute things. That's it. That's all there is to it. There's nothing more interesting. So this is a little circular package. It's not, I was about to say spherical, but it isn't spherical. Some of my favourite Vaseline lip balm. I love this stuff. It's amazing in the cold weather, in the hot weather. When you need to sort your lips out, this is what I use. So thank you. I needed some more and I can't find it anywhere. So thank you, Lydia. Definitely needed some of that. It's getting rough, guys. I'm running out of everything I need and don't have the physical energy to really go as far. And I'm not paying co-op prices for lip balm. So the next thing is a little cylindrical package set with a little Hannah Cafe sticker, which is actually really cute. A little teapot pouring into a little teapot pouring into a teacup or a mug. So let's open this. I try to preserve things, but I can never do it. Also, her wrapping is flawless. Absolutely flawless. And because I like reusing tissue paper and stuff, because I'm a cheapskate. Oh, what's this? Oh my goodness. I got given bubbles. Oh, I got given bubbles. Yeah, I'm not going to open that without getting it all in my mouth. So I'm not going to. But they're bubbles. Who doesn't like bubbles? Just little bubbles. Who doesn't like bubbles? Bubbles are great. I bought myself some from Primark. They had these teeny tiny wands. And I got some. Yeah. And the next thing is a long rectangular package. I think I can guess what these are. Just going on the fact that they're soft. Ooh. Really try not to ruin the tissue paper. But I think it's exactly what you do when you're trying not to ruin it. You end up just destroying it completely. It's just so frustrating. Like, I'm being gentle, stop. This is just, I did it. It's okay to cry. And it is. It's very okay to cry. And having these in your handbag is always good. You never need to know when you need to wipe your nose, when you might need to offer them to somebody else. I've had to do that a couple of times when being out and about. So it's just great having tissues with you. Because, again, nobody carries out round rolls of loo roll. So having the little packs of tissues is just so ideal. You know, you can't really beat that, can you? Oh, okay, so I've also found a really cute pen in there. And for those of you who don't know, I love pens. I have far too many of them. Oh, it's a proper brand new pen. Even has that little bubbly thing on the end of the pen, which means it's fancy. Okay, what colour is it? I think it's black. I think it's black ink, but it's rose gold, and rose gold's such a lovely colour. It's not one that I can wear in jewellery form because of my skin, but I do love it as a colour. So that's useful. I needed one. Thank you. Actually needed pens. Because I'm really running out of them. I feel like I'm either overusing them in lockdown or I'm just misplacing them. Could be both. It could be a fact that I'm running out of them because they're running out of ink, but also I lose things very, very easily. Okay, so the next thing is a square package with a really pretty celestial kind of galactic moon sticker on. I think it's actually like a watercolour splotchy sticker. It's lovely. I don't want to ruin it, but okay, that was minimal damage. That's fine. That wasn't minimal damage. Let's see if I can. Oh. Let's see if I can. Oh, yay! This home runs on love, laughter, and lots of cups of tea, and that couldn't be more accurate. This is a magnet, so this is going right on my fridge. Because again, I have a bit of a thing about magnets, not just pins. I just have a thing about things, guys. Alright, that's a confession right there. This is really sweet. It definitely runs on cups of tea. Green tea especially, because there's caffeine in it. And caffeine keeps you awake. At least it's supposed to. But I really like green tea at the moment, and with honey in, perfect. Especially first thing in the morning, which I haven't done because I decided I was going to do a video instead. Oh my goodness, there's still 2 things after this one, I think. Oh no, 4. Oh my goodness, you really did pack this. Also, there is a ton of tissue paper confetti. I was going to drop it everywhere, and then I realised I'd have to clean it up. And I've already got it everywhere, so let's not make it worse. Okay, so this, I'm already loving the front cover of whatever this is. I think it might be a journal or a little diary of some kind. Which again, I have a thing about notebooks. I have like 20. It's not that many. I have like 4 that I have never used, and I'm using 1 at the moment. I am getting round to using them. It just takes me a while. But I love notebooks. I love, love, love notebooks. And that might just be the writer in me that has a real problem. Yes, it's a notebook. I got a new notebook. And it's just really pretty watercolour splotches, some in different colours, some in the same colour. I think they're just, and the back is very much the same. And the lines are quite large, which is good for me because I have massive handwriting. I tried to make it small. School tried to make it small, and it didn't work. I have very weak wrists. This one especially because I broke it. And my mother didn't take me to the hospital right away, even though my arm was black from sort of here to the elbow. She then eventually took me to the doctor's, where I fell over again on the same wrist. And it turned out I ended up breaking it in 2 places. So yeah, maybe I'm going to do a video on being raised by a narcissist, because that is something I feel surprisingly a lot of people can relate to, because unfortunately there are too many narcissists in the world. I have a lovely feeling that this might be another pen. It is this shape. It looks like a tiny cracker and I love it. It's not even Christmas yet and I'm getting presents and I'm living. This is the best. Who doesn't love opening presents though? Even if it's just like, even if it was just a pen, that would be me. I would be absolutely over the moon with just that. I love getting drawings from people. I get drawings. Oh, it's a permanent marker. Oh dear. Giving me permanent markers is such a bad idea. It's like giving them to a 5-year-old and expecting them not to draw on everything, including people and walls. Because I'm still a child. Sometimes. I'm not much of an artist, unfortunately. But who doesn't love a permanent marker? Permanent markers are problematic for people like me. I get a bit manic sometimes, and I think lately I have been more manic than anything else. Sort of, I don't know, I've just sort of been going through the motions of life. This is another rectangular shaped box wrapped good with a really gorgeous sticker. Actually, it's a lovely hourglass, again in that same lovely purple watercolor. Purple's my favorite color. So I notice in this lighting my hair doesn't look as bright, which makes me sad, but I also have the curtains closed because otherwise it gets too bright. And because a lot of cars come by, there's a lot of reflection which flashes, and I'm prone to having seizures, and they are quite I'm more light sensitive than I am noise sensitive, but I am both, but certainly worse for light, so I do have to sometimes be very careful. Take time to reflect. Enjoy the little things in life, because one day you'll look back and realise they were the big things. Kurt Von Gut. Oh, so this is a journal. This isn't just a little diary. This is a journal. So it's a really pretty, again, it's rose gold, which I love. It has time to reflect on in foil, on a really nice sort of fabric pattern. I can't think of what to call it, but you can put your name in it. And again, if you don't put your name in books that have this in the cover, you are wrong. Put your name in it, it's yours. So you put your name on the front with these gorgeous little, the wish dandelions that you blow on. Everybody loves those. It doesn't matter how old you get, you find them and you still blow on them and make a wish. Them is the rules. So this was the little quote that I read out. It's on one of the first pages. And the one after that also has a little quote thing on it. Sometimes it's easy to become absorbed in everyday life, and we don't take time to reflect on the good things that are happening. Take a moment to reflect and jot down from day to day the things that you are thankful for, memories you cherish, or just gentle reminders to yourself. At the end of this little book, look back and reflect on all of the lovely things that you have in your life, and to provide a keepsake that you can treasure. And the layout of the pages looks to be identical on every single page, front to back. And it just says things to reflect on Monday to Sunday. And then at the end, you get a little bit for favourite thing that happened this week. So you can note down one good thing that happens every single day for a ton of weeks. If I think possibly, because the pages are double, so maybe half of the year, possibly more. So you certainly have enough space here, and you may not want to do it every week. Maybe you really struggle one week and you can't think of anything, but you can at the very least read through it and go through what you need. And that's a really lovely idea. This is lovely, and I do tend to find that I get very negative about things. I tend to stick in the past with things that have happened, things that I've not either yet not dealt with or not been able to deal with for various reasons. And this, I think, may be very helpful to me to look back and just look at what's good, even if right now they seem small. In the future they will look like big things, because they were, but because of your state of mind they may seem very minor. And this is lovely. This is a really lovely thing to get in something like this, because I think even if you don't have ill mental health, sometimes we all need reminding that there are good things, because you're stressed at work, or you've got kids and you're tired, especially with lockdown. You're not getting any peace. And sometimes you just need time to think about what has been good and the good things that we do have, you know. And I think That's so important, especially with lockdown and things not really easing up that much. Rules wise, shops are opening, but rules are still not changing. It's still, you know, you still can't have people over, that sort of thing. And when you're mentally ill, socializing is very, very important, even if you only feel you can do it every so often, because there isn't massive opportunity to see people face to face. That can be so damaging. And that's why I'm been doing more of YouTube, because I get to sit and talk to somebody. And even if 3 or 4 people watch this video, that's 3 or 4 people that I've spoken to, essentially, and that's better than not speaking to anybody and not seeing anybody. And that goes for people of all ages. I think everybody's struggling with this. You know, whether you had problems before, whether you didn't have problems before, you're learning that this is not an easy life to live, to be stuck inside without much of an option, if any. And for a lot of chronically ill people, this is our life. This is a life that we have lived for years now, or maybe even if it's just months that we've lived it. You know, this is our life, and this is our life without laws and lockdown rules in place. This is our life when things are normal. And I think people's eyes are opening to that. And I think that's great. I think maybe we needed this as a world to see the damage that the government and other leading forces have done. The economy's a mess. You know, small businesses are being damaged by the situation all over the place. And people are struggling, and they're realizing that maybe staying at home all the time isn't that fun. Maybe there'll be more understanding to those of us who are in here, whether it's because of our mental health, our physical health, whatever our reason being for being stuck at home all the time and this being our life. People should be more accepting now, because they've had to live through it. They've had to find things to do. They've had to reason with their sanity, or what's left of it. You know, it's great that they're learning. It's horrible that it's had to happen in such a horrible situation, with the amount of people sick and the fact that it's continuing on because people are still breaking the rules and not following masks and other such things. I don't wear a mask because when I walk I can't breathe very well. I get very, very out of breath because there is an underlying heart issue, or an issue with the artery that basically from the heart to the lungs, it's enlarged for some reason, and I get very, very tired, and with a mask on that does stem that, so I then can't breathe even more. But I do social distance. I've been social distancing since I was a child. I don't like people. I don't socialise. So don't come near me ever. That sounds cruel and horrible, but please don't. It sounds so horrible when you put it like that, but I know so many people agree with me. They're like, nope, just stay 2 meters away from me at all times. I'd much rather you stay away. So the final thing, I can see this is in a frame, and I can see that there's Scrabble words. I can't read the word, but I'm in love with this already. I love Scrabble framed word thingies that mean things. For my grandparents' wedding anniversary, I did all of the grandkids' names in Scrabble all together on like a little board. And then I did them and their children's names all on a little board, and in-laws. And that went down an absolute treat. It went down so well. And I was so proud of myself. I had to buy so many Scrabble bags from Hobbycraft because I kept misplacing letters, or I couldn't find enough of what I needed. There wasn't enough vowels. I had to buy more vowels. Oh, I like this. Recovery. I love this so much. This is gonna go up. I'm probably gonna put it up in my room actually. And I actually love that it's not quite even. And I love that because recovery is very much, it is a path with so many twists and turns. You would not believe unless you've gone through it. And I know that in these before she has put chocolate and things to eat. I've been suffering with An eating disorder, I have spent a lot of time starving myself because I was told that I couldn't possibly have problems with food because I was fat. And even though my weight is in fact health related and not eating related, that really broke me, and I very much fell into unhealthy eating habits. Issues stem back to childhood. My mother didn't feed us properly, and so I was forever giving up my meals to feed my siblings, and so I always have had problems with food. Because I've always been afraid that I will lose it, that it will go, and I need to salvage it. So I would always have small portions. I would always stick to maybe 2 meals max a day, because I was always afraid that it would go away, that it would be taken away from me, and I wouldn't have it anymore.
Hi guys, it's Editing Sophie here, and I just wanted to put this in because I completely forgot to. My phone reached a record limit, and so I had to add a few things. Thank you to Lydia for sending this to me. I'm absolutely in love with everything I got, and specifically the journal, is going to be a massive help. I do tend to need a lot of things to look forward to, so that's insanely huge for me. And the same goes for the frame of recovery. Just remind me that I'm still going. It's not over yet, but I am on that path and I'm working on it, and that is extremely important. I also wanted to note that while I didn't pay for this, I'm not being paid to advertise either. I did buy the shirt and stickers, but I got the box for free because we're friends and because I said I would do a video on it, but in no way am I benefiting. And to be fair, Lydia isn't either. So I just wanted to drop this in here. I'm sorry this is such a long video, and I will see you in a second.
So for today, I would love if in the comments you would tell me one thing that has made you happy today. One thing that you've done that you're proud of today. Something positive about today. I would like you to tell me. You don't have to give any details. If it's just that you went for a walk, fantastic. Tell me, I want to know what has made you happy or proud of yourself today. And that's it. That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to know. And take care, stay safe, and remember that you're loved and supported. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.